What's going on, guys? Big Ben here, and we have got some NBA 2K14 finally arrived yesterday, as I'm sure all of you already know. I couldn't wait for this game. This is another game that I absolutely love. I love the NBA 2K series. It's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing it. I'm glad they brought back crew mode. All that stuff is going to be a ton of fun once I actually get on and start getting to play a little bit. I picked the game up yesterday morning. Was going to get some videos recorded for you guys to bring them out to you last night. But instead, you know, I did like millions of other jackasses. Tried to play Grand Theft Auto 5 online almost all day, trying over and over and over again, and it never freaking worked. I never got to play online yesterday. Up until early this morning, I was finally able to get online and actually get in and at least get the tutorial part done. So at least I will be able to get on later tonight and try to play a little bit, which I think I'm going to live stream tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm going to live some GTA 5 online, some live streams. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk a little bit too fast here. But this game here, absolutely love it. I've only played one other game besides this game, but it seems to be a lot of fun. The only complaint I'm going to have is it just seems exactly like NBA 2K13, except for the buttons, which really gets on my nerves. You'll see me a few times in this video. I'm sure I added some of them in. There's a few times where I really have a chance to drive to the net, R2, L2, push up on the right stick, and I end up passing it. Yeah, last year, you know, to dunk it or do a layup, stuff like that, R2, L2, push up on the right stick, and you drive in. You do that in this game here, you're going to pass it to somebody like a jackass. You have a wide open lane. I actually get a couple of turnovers like that, which really piss me off, because in the rookie showcase, one thing you do not want to do is get turnovers. You want to get as many points as you possibly can, assists, steals, blocks, rebounds, whatever you need to do. You need to fill up your stats, except for in the turnover category. And I end up getting, I think, 2 turnovers in this game, driving the net, hitting R2, L2, pushing up, and end up passing it, and end up getting turned over. So that was a bit annoying, I have to say. I don't like them when they change the buttons. I will get used to it. It won't be any big deal once I get used to it. But it's just the fact that when I just started playing and I was screwing up, it was getting on my nerves. But like I said, I will get it figured out. No big deal. We'll get it going. Now, also the rookie showcase. And let me go ahead and talk about my player as well. As you know, last year I created a point guard, a 6'6" point guard, which I know is just a bit ridiculous, but it was also an awful lot of fun having a tall point guard. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. But this year I tried to go a little bit more realistic, I guess you could say. I made a 6'6" shooting guard. So it's a little bit more realistic, I guess. But the thing is, I don't get the ball very much in this game. I get very annoyed by that. It's really hard to get the ball in the rookie showcase, I guess. I called for it a few times. They told me it was, a bad call. I'm standing there wide open. The guy has a wide open lane to pass it to me. And it said I called for a pass, a bad call for a pass, or whatever the case may be. And I understand this is, the rookie showcase. People are look at there. Why didn't he pass me that? Why was that a bad call? I don't know. I felt like I was open. I felt like he could have passed that to me. But he didn't, so no big deal. Oh well, whatever. But like I was saying, we created the shooting guard this time. Hopefully, once we get done with this game, once we get into the NBA, and that will also be coming up at the end of this episode. The draft will be in this episode as well. Once we get there, hopefully we'll be able to get the ball a little bit more. But in this game, I just couldn't get it. Now, like I was saying, I understand that the rookie showcase is people trying to show off for the scouts and the teams and stuff like that. And I guess they kind of are ball hogs, wanting to get their points and stuff like that. But it really, got on my nerves a little bit. I'd try to call for a pass and just get, bad feedback from it. So that kind of sucked. As you can see, after the first half, I have almost no stats. I have a few rebounds, a few assists. Yeah, but at least my stock is rising. The stock is rising. It does say, the turnovers or whatever, but the turnovers were from me hitting the wrong button. And that it sucked. But like I said, I will get used to it. No big deal. I'm trying to get my grade up as high as I can. So you'll see me throwing a lot of screens, stuff like that, trying to get my grade to go up any that I can. Because of the fact that I'm just not really getting the ball much, I try to do anything possible to get my grade to go up. Any little bit makes my grade go up. And I see there's a screen there trying to get my grade up. I end up getting an assist out of that too. So the assists are something that really helped me out in this game. I was getting some good assists. I noticed that at this point I only have 1 rebound and only 3 points. 3 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. Now, the two you see I'm shooting percentage is 33%, which I had 2 layups. I missed 2 layups. I had the 1 dunk in the very beginning, and then I missed 2 very easy layups. I didn't understand why I missed them. It looked pretty much one of them wasn't exactly a clear lane to the net, I guess you could say, but one of them definitely was. I don't know how I missed it, but I did somehow. Here's another assist right here. So at least we're getting some assists. We're up to a B+. I wanted to get to at least an A. I remember how hard it was last year to get drafted number 1. I never got drafted number 1. I think the highest, I created 3 different guys in NBA 2K13. I think the highest I ever got drafted was number 5. So I know it was extremely hard to get drafted number 1. I only seen a couple of people do it. I think iPod King Carter got drafted number 1. And Chris Smoove, I think, was the only 2 that I seen. Now, I'm sure there was several other guys that got drafted number 1, but those are the only 2 that I seen get drafted number 1. And I haven't watched anybody's videos on NBA 2K14 yet because I didn't want to spoil the game for me. I don't like watching other people's videos before I actually get in there and play. So I don't know what everybody else done this year. Now, it might be a little easier to get drafted number 1 this year if you can get the points and stuff. Like I said, I haven't watched anybody's yet. After I get done with this, I'm going to go start watching some of the guys that I subscribe to and see how they done in a rookie showcase. I can tell you now, as you can see, 6 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. I'm not having a very good game. My grade is only a B+. Trying to do anything I can to get points here. And I couldn't figure out the freaking free throws, man. I got... that was a shot right there. I was actually going to dunk that or lay it up and ended up passing it. That was one of those times I hit R2, L2 and ended up passing it back. Now, I did get an assist there, so that's not so bad. But I really needed those points. And like I said, that was one of the times that I messed up. And right here, all right, they called me out of the game. I hit the simulate to my next appearance, and there you go. End of the game. That's going to be it for me. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and go into the interviews and the draft, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Later. I'm gone.
Hello, I'm the head scout for the Boston Celtics. We have the 16th pick in this draft, and we're looking at potentially using this pick on you. First, though, we would like to get to know you better by asking you a couple questions. Let's get to it. We had a lot of turnover here in Boston, but are still looking to be a team that can win the title. There is a tremendous amount of pressure to win here for any player, much less a rookie. Do you feel you're prepared to step in and fill the shoes of some of the great players that have left our team in the past months?
I'm definitely that kind of player. I don't want to come into a situation where the franchise is kind of feeling itself out. The Celtics have a long tradition of winning titles and staying competitive. It comes with pressure, but I thrive in that sort of environment, and I definitely welcome the challenge that playing for the Celtics presents, man.
Next question. Playing in Boston comes with a certain level of expectations, as well as responsibility. When you look up at the rafters and you see Russell, Parrish, McHale, and Bird, you know you have some big shoes to fill. We've had players come in and simply become overwhelmed by everything. I need to know if you can handle the pressure before we go investing millions into you.
Yeah, those are definitely some big shoes to fill. I don't think anyone can fill them in their entirety. Ultimately, I'd want to make my own name here in Boston, not try to live up to those of past players. Boston lore is second to none, but it's time to look forward and stop living in the past. I'm ready to lead that charge.
Okay, that's all I have. I love what I heard here. We would love to have you join us. We'll be in touch. Greetings, I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Jazz. We have the 14th pick in the draft, and I'm considering using it on you. I'd like to ask you a couple questions real quick if you don't mind. We realize that here in Utah, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Utah Jazz, someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Utah Jazz. Are you that person?
I would be honored to be a member of this organization. From everything I've seen, you guys have a great fan base in Salt Lake City. I'd love to lead this team for the next decade. Love it.
Let's see. One more question, if you don't mind. What do you think you'll bring to a franchise as far as marketability?
I think that's really for you guys to decide. What I'd bring to your franchise is my basketball skills and a winning attitude. Anything beyond that, that's really for your team to sort out. I like to stay focused solely on the game.
Okay, I think I've heard all I needed to hear for now. You're definitely someone we can use on our team. Now we just need you to be available when it's our turn to pick.
I know you just got done playing and probably want to catch a shower, so I'll keep this brief. I'm the GM of the Atlanta Hawks. We have the 18th pick in the draft and are narrowing down our list of draft targets. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. Talk about what you have to improve on as you make the jump to the next level. We'd like to see what you think about your game as a whole.
Honestly, I don't think I'll really know till I get there. People always say the game is faster, the players are smarter, stronger. That doesn't really mean much to me until I can see the differences firsthand. You feel me?
Interesting. Next question. If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself in this draft?
Honestly, I don't care about any of that. I want to play for your team, whatever pick it is. To me, it's not about going number one or going in the lottery. I want to go to a team that is a great fit for me, and I definitely think you guys fit that bill for me.
Okay, I think we were able to get a good read into what you're all about. We'll be in touch.
With the 14th pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select the 20-year-old shooting guard from the University of Georgia,